Thank you, Madam Chairman. Welcome, Madam Secretary. I want to talk to you about the importance of the Weatherization Assistance Program. In my state, 2/3 of the homes use heating oil to stay warm. And just last week, the cost of a gallon of heating oil exceeded $6. That is a record high that I have never seen in our state, and it's causing tremendous hardship. We know that the Weatherization Assistance Program makes a big difference in states like Maine, where we have some of the oldest housing stock in the nation. That means a lot of uninsulated attics and leaky windows, which causes discomfort but also wasted energy. And that's why I've been such a long-time supporter of the Weatherization Assistance Program. The bipartisan infrastructure law, which you've mentioned, and which I was one of 10 senators who negotiated it, included $3.5 billion for additional funding for the Weatherization Program. In light of this large infusion of new funding, Senator Reid and I, along with several of our colleagues, sent you a letter on January 13th urging you to update the program's regulation and guidance to ensure that the money could be spent more efficiently and reach more people. I regret to say that we've not yet received a response to that January letter, and I would ask you today what improvements you see to help simplify and enhance the effectiveness of the Weatherization Program.
Thank you for that. Thank you for your longtime support of weatherization. I agree with you about the utter importance. There's 39 million homes that are eligible for weatherization, and unfortunately, we can only do in a given year 35 to 40,000 of them. And so there's such a great need out there. That big slug from the bipartisan infrastructure law will enable us to do hundreds of thousands more. Here's the update, and it's reflected in the budget. One is that, as you know, many homes aren't eligible, even though their income levels of the owners of the homes are eligible, because they may have a unstructurally safe roof, or they may have mold. And so part of the update reflected in this budget is another $30 million to make homes pre-weatherization ready, so that we can go in and do some of the structural changes on the homes that most need it. I mean, these are homes that need it more than anything, but the regulations are such that they haven't been eligible. So we are doing this pre-weatherization pilot, and we want to be able to see this expanded. We'll come back and let you all know how that works, but we're very excited about that. Some local, I don't know if in Maine they do, but many states have their own pre-weatherization strategy where they get their own state funding for it, but it's clearly necessary. The second update is that, as you know, we spend a lot of money every year on the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP. And that money goes to people who are low income and can't afford their bills, but often they're probably living in homes that need weatherization, and that's why their bills are so high. So we are combining now that effort. So we have asked in this budget for another $100 million to do a focus on the LIHEAP homes for weatherization, so that we can end up as a government saving money, but we can target the weatherization efforts on the homes that clearly need it most.
Thank you for that update. A second issue of great interest to me is energy storage. I was the lead author of the Better Energy Storage Technologies Act, also known as the BEST Act, which became law in December of 2020, and it authorizes long-duration grid-scale energy storage demonstration projects with the goal of strengthening the resiliency and reliability of the grid and making it more feasible to incorporate renewables like wind and solar. Again, the bipartisan infrastructure law included $500 million for these demonstrations. My office has been contacted by several companies, including some in Maine, who are interested in accessing this funding, and again, I would point out it did become law in December of 2020, DOE has yet to issue any requests for information or otherwise provided details on how it plans to implement the demonstration program. When can we expect to see energy storage demonstration announcements from DOE?
Yes.
This really is the holy grail of incorporating renewables, is improving storage.
1,000%. Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you again for your leadership on this. You are absolutely correct. We had a roundtable with stakeholders in April to be able to get feedback for how we should be thinking about this. There's 3 funded efforts that will be under that $500 million umbrella. One is demonstrations, one is an energy storage pilot grant program, and the third is long-duration demonstrations. We will be issuing an RFI very soon, and I can have our team brief you on that, or your team on it separately. We'll make sure that somebody does that, because I think it's within May we will be issuing the first RFI.
Great. Thank you.